Welcome back, boxing fans. So, boxing always has petty controversy, and that's what this is, petty controversy. Tank Davis had every opportunity to work with Turki Al Sheikh in Saudi Arabia, but he consistently disrespects Turki Al Sheikh and Saudi Arabia consistently on social media, right? Instead of being a man and literally doing what Canelo Alvarez did and what Bud Crawford did, what everybody else has done is literally talk to the guy man to man, right? And see if there is a business opportunity available to you that you're okay with. If there's not, there's not. If there is, there is. But he's not doing that. He'd rather be petty on social media because he wasn't invited to go to the Ring magazine opening. He got in his feelings like he always does because he's a petulant child, spoiled and enabled by the people that support him and follow him. He jumped on social media and literally shit on everybody that was at the competition, the ceremony. Everybody. Yet you have guys that are at this ceremony that are well bigger than him, make far more money than him, are literally superstars globally. Something Tank Davis can't say he is at this time. In America, he's pretty big. Superstar, let's not fucking count our chickens too early, right? And Bud Crawford took offense to this because this is not the first time Tank Davis had thrown shots at Bud Crawford, right? And maybe some people forget this, but this is not the first time he sneak dissed him. And so Crawford responded to him, and now Tank Davis fans are getting in their feelings. But yet, how come they don't hold the same energy when their boy acts all petty and consistently throws out these childish fucking comments on social media? What Bud Crawford said was true. I'm sure I have as much, if not more money than you. I'm sure there's nothing you can't buy that I can't buy. And I'm pretty sure in the future, my future is set. And what Crawford is trying to say here is he knows the way he's dealt with his money, invested his money, spent his money, that his family is taken care of for generations. And him working now with Saudi Arabia is just literally adding zeros to his investment portfolio, right? We know Tank Davis, the lavish lifestyle he lives, trying to emulate Floyd Mayweather, that like many boxers from the past, is just as likely to end up broken and decadent at the end of his career.
Which is onerous for any club who wants him. He also earns a
What's
very good
this?
salary in Bilbao already.
My phone going crazy. Sorry about that. So let's get back to it. So Tank Davis wouldn't be the first boxer who made millions of dollars and ended up going broke. Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, these guys made far more money than Tank Davis has made. And both of them have went broke, right? People talk about Pacquiao and Floyd going broke as well. So this is an ongoing issue with sports people. Because unless you have really good people around you that really help you direct your money properly, chances are you're probably going to do bad investments, overspend, and not really do what you should do for the future. But I'm not an investment counselor. I'm the last person that should tell you to do what you should do to your money. I don't have those people around me. But what Crawford said is 100% true. As far as who's a bigger star in America, Crawford just came out with a huge mega fight against a legitimate pound-for-pound fighter in Errol Spence. The biggest fight in Tank Davis' career is against a social media person in Ryan Garcia. Sure, the numbers were better, but a lot of that has to do with the American fan base. The fact that they would rather focus on this kind of childish social media banter, drama, as opposed to a legitimate legacy fight. And that's what Bud Crawford and Spence was, a legitimate legacy fight. Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis is not a legacy fight. It's very likely that Ryan Garcia is going to get beat in his next fight against Devin Haney and then become an afterthought to the sport of boxing, right? So Tank Davis's biggest win is going to be against a guy who was never a world champion and is seen more as a fucking racist and an idiot than he is as a legitimate boxer. Whereas, now what Bud Crawford is trying to do, take on Canelo Alvarez, well, I don't necessarily agree and say it's something he needs to do. Who can hate on a man taking on big challenges for big purses, right? He feels that Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo. Sure, the circumstances were different, but he's super confident and he feels that he's got the attributes to beat Canelo Alvarez. And in a sense, he does. Size does matter, and we'll see how that plays out in the fight. Obviously, it's an intriguing fight that's going to get a lot of attention. I guarantee you the pay-per-view numbers on that are going to be far bigger than Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. So at that point, are you going to say then Bud Crawford is a bigger star in America than Tank Davis? No. What people will do is add all that attribute to Canelo Alvarez and not Bud Crawford, because consistently through Crawford's career, this is the kind of sneak dissing and double speak that he's had to deal with. But luckily, because he is focused, he's professional, he just does what he has to do. So hats off to Bud Crawford. As far as Tank Davis, this is a guy who's going to retire at the end of 2025. Him and fucking Tyson Fury are going to be out of boxing. And at the end of the day, nobody's going to really care. Right? At least Tyson Fury gave us the fights we wanted. For Tank Davis, at this point, who is he going to fight? He's going to fight Lamont Roach, and then after that, potentially a rematch with, what's his face, Cruz? Or some other 130-pound fighter. I don't even know who. Like, a lot of people are losing interest in this guy because he's already told you. He's more interested in getting paid than making money than fighting for legacy. Which is ironic because he can make far more money working with Turki Al-Sheikh than he is right now working with the PBC. And he just might actually fight for legacy as well.